boy Ant, aka STKS. I gotta come up with a better abbreviation for the channel though, you know. But yeah, man, my name is Anthony Carl Morgan, um, underground drummer, um, semi, somewhat semi-professional, a little bit. Well, not, you know, I ain't gonna cap. I'm not professional, but I can play though. Like I can play for real, for real. I've had some experiences. Uh, I started doing music when I was like 7, a little youngin. Excuse my mouth. Gotta get used to this recording stuff, with the videos and stuff. But I started off doing music as a youngin. Um, I got my first drum set when I was like 7. It was for Christmas, and I'd just be down there just all day, just drumming and drumming and drumming and drumming and drumming. My parents, they'd be like, "Boy, come upstairs, get your ass upstairs," blah 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 blah. Take a break for a while, you know. But as time went on, I progressed. I had big progress, you know, and you know, everything was fun. It was really fun playing drums growing up. Doing classes. I did little recitals. I mean, not recitals, little concerts and stuff with instructors. Um, last re- concert I did was back in 2014 or something, 2012. Yeah, I could wish I could show pictures, but I ain't got those pictures no more. Had a flood a couple years ago, destroyed everything. But I did that, and then eventually I got into the marching band, played cymbals. I played tenor. Uh, you know, trying to the was always trying to find a permanent spot for me though. But I stuck with the cymbals. And that was that. And 2017, I started playing drums with my brother at his church. That was fun. I was, I'm just now getting into the type of drummer and person, that I am today. I'm totally loose, totally loose. No shyness, there's no shame in my game. On Jesus Christ, honest to God, no shame in my game. There's some, there's some self doubt at times, but uh, eh, everything all twisted. Really, doesn't really even bother me. Doesn't make me cry or nothing. So yeah, but um, I played drums with my brother at his church in 2017. It didn't last long. I was still uh, developing, I should say, developing. You know, was in the cage in the box. Didn't do all the stuff I wanted to do. Wasn't how I wanted. My personality, uh, my playing style wasn't how I wanted it to be. But as time went on, I show a lot of progress. High school, I played cymbals for about 4 years. You know, had some times when I wasn't feeling it, was feeling it, was in and out, but my love for music was still there. The passion was still there. Besides wanting to play football, which, is not a part of this video, but the passion was still there. And then, I've always been big on musical movies, and, my favorite movie growing up was Drumline. I used to love Drumline. I used to always want to play the snare. And I did, but not really, but a little bit. But Drumline was my favorite movie. Along with 8 Mile and Let It Shine. All right. And everything had a timeline though. Everything had a timeline. I would try different things, get into different stuff within music actually. You know, even watching Let It Shine and 8 Mile, I started feeling the rap thing. I started doing rap, started writing lyrics down and stuff, and this and that, you know. I was really inspired to even make music vocally through 8 Mile and Let It Shine actually, you know. It's been a long journey. I used to, want to be a battle rapper, want to be a producer. I was already a drummer, right? Shit, what else? Started learning how to play the piano. I used to always love music class, going to music class. That was fun. It's crazy though. All my band story. My favorite band story is when we used to go out. We used to always go out of town. That used to be so fun. Get to stay at the hotels. The band girls was cute. It was fun as hell though. I ain't gonna even lie. It was too fun. But yeah, the band was cool though. I love band. We used to always go out of town, do the little trips and stuff, and this, that, and the third. You know. But that's me, man. But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Let y'all go about y'all day. Like and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Just started the channel last week actually. My first channel got locked out of it. I was doing so good though. Everything was all natural. The subscribers was getting there. I had like 755 views, right? But then I got locked out due to phone problems, and I was disappointed about that. So I eventually got over it, start over. And here I am with this channel. But subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be dropping some cool content, hopefully collabing with others. And I also plan to travel around the world, just play drums, just nonstop. Even maybe with the kids in Africa, just nonstop. I plan to do a lot with the channel, actually. Even when I'm 70 years old, I'm going to still be dropping content on this channel, and maybe be a singer, like James Brown, a little Detroit James Brown, singing and stuff, doing shows, but really plan to stay here, actually, develop a musical career within my own city, because they got nice houses in Bloomfield and stuff, and all the luxury lifestyle type stuff going on here, But yeah, man, if you rock with me, man. It's your boy. I'm out.